If fucking RuPaul walks in the women's restroom 6'8" with the fucking campy ass wig on, and I'm there with my kid.
That's me on a Monday.
Hey, you, come here. Welcome to the Dolls Review. I am a trans woman, but I definitely do not do drag. I do know someone that does. Miss Gia Gunn.
I've never
over
done
here.
drag a day in my life. For me, it was a big part of, like, I never wanted to really be a drag queen. I realized I just wanted to be a woman.
Right.
But I used drag as a way to express my femininity, and obviously then it became a job once I got on RuPaul. But now I kind of find myself hating drag and finding it kind of like a mockery of women. When I see these boys with breastplates, and I don't know, as I get deeper into my transition, I can appreciate like the trans women that do drag, but the whole like campy drag queen thing for me is just, I don't really feel as connected, I guess.
I think for me, what really makes me angry is the fact that I believe that trans women that do drag don't get compensated the same way that
That's very true.
other drag queens do,
sure.
and that's the challenge. For me, I've always been called a drag queen, because I think aesthetically I give that energy. But, I think it's a beautiful art. I think that anybody that wants to do the art form of drag should be able to do it, but get paid equally like everybody else.
But I have a question, and this is a
Wow.
real one. Are drag queens going into the women's bathrooms hurting trans women?
Hurting trans women.
Meaning like hurting our image, hurting our
I think it's
visibility
ignorance.
as
I
trans
think
women?
the bathroom issue is bullshit, and it's made up to use us as a boogeyman to scare people that are really uneducated and uninformed.
I mean, but when is a drag queen ever in public in a women's restroom? I'm like
Babe,
at a
all the
rest-
time.
In
All
a,
the time.
like a regular restroom.
At the
They're on their way to a
club.
gig. They stop they stop at a restaurant. You go to IHOP after
I
the
did not
gig
think
with
about
your
that.
girls. You're in Guiche. My drag queen friends will go into the women's restroom, and I do think if there's that 5-year-old kid in there with their mom, and they're like, "Mommy, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh no, don't look over there." Well, yeah, bitch, don't look over there because that's a man. But now if I go in there in drag, what's the line, right?
But there's no
Exactly.
line because people that are ignorant think that you and the drag queen, me and the drag queen,
Yeah.
we're the same. So
That's true.
It's an
It's
education
true.
issue, it's a bullshit issue. I think a drag queen in the restroom, in drag, what is the harm?
Well, depends on how cunty the drag queen is.
That is true
If
too.
fucking RuPaul walks in the women's restroom 6'8" with the fucking campy ass wig on, and I'm there with my kid,
That's me on a Monday.
I would be a little bit like, this is not appropriate.
Listen, I'm 6'2". I'm usually wearing some level of wig that is big, very, and I go
Yes.
into the restroom. So I think people.
But you have
who are-
tits,
But
and
they don't
you're-
see that. I usually wear a turtleneck. So
Okay.
the reality is that they're judging us based on these narrow standards of
Femininity
safety
and masculinity,
and things
yeah.
that are bullshit. Look at the rates of violence from trans people, or how many drag queens have been arrested for assaulting a woman in the restroom?
I just want to say one thing because I feel like this is something very important. If you watch the news, if you have a brain, you would know that people are not scared of drag queens. They're not scared of trans women. They're not scared of us. They're scared of men, cisgender men who attack kids, women, children, and they think that by us existing, it gives those predators an open door to go into a women's bathroom, into a locker room, to pretend to be a woman. But at the end of the day, we know that the real boogeymen are men.
When people in society today think about, this whole trans woman in the bathroom, I do believe that it's like more the cross-dresser, non-binary community that's going into the restroom, because if you say you're Martha and you have a mustache, but you have on a bra and heels, I don't think people know how to take that.
We're using this ruler to measure who should go in the bathroom, and it's hurtful. At the end of the day, it's hurting people. Who are we to decide who's feminine enough or masculine enough to go in any facility when everybody's going there to shit or piss? Really?
No, I agree.
I'm going in there to
100%.
douche, so I don't know what y'all are doing. But yeah, I think drag is fabulous. I just think it interferes, I think, with certain trans women's transitions because there is so much trauma too linked to drag. Like you talked about the pay getting cut. Once I came out as trans, I feel like my agent dropped me when my drag agent had dropped me. My gigs definitely got cut in half.
I feel like that happens across the board too with trans women in general, of like being in community and being accepted and celebrated pre-transition and then transitioning and then like being kind of like exiled or like cut out from your community and not being supported or seen in those same ways. And watching that happen or even experiencing myself is one of the most like exhausting things.
Well, I think once you transition and you start kind of blending into society, people think of you as not as exciting as the doll.
true.
She's
Yes.
not
Yeah.
here
You're not one of
performing
us
for
anymore.
us.
So do you feel like once you became post-up, did the gay community in specific, because that is who I feel like we're closely adjacent to, treat you different?
I think once I tell them, they definitely look at me a little different. Like, I think they immediately wanna not speak to me a certain way or kind of just give me more credit because, oh, you took it all the way. You're a real woman. And it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
that's actually.
And gay men hate women.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
well, they
No,
do.
that's true, yeah.
Gay
I mean-
men hate women
Oh.
and
Yeah.
trans women.
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah,
That's-
well, cancel me.
I hate
Cancel
that.
me.
Yeah.
Cancel me.
Yes.
Because guess what? Trans is here. Yeah, and before
need
there
a
was a
sip of
fag,
this.
there was a tranny. So get into it. But bottom line, I've discovered that the cisgender heteronormative person thinks if you have a penis, you're a man. But if you don't, you're a woman. Or this girl, she told me, you're just mad because I was born with a coochie and you had to buy one. I said, bitch, I have a dick. And I bet you it's bigger than your man's, and your man wants to suck it too.
I don't think whether you have a dick or a vagina, it matters in society. The minute they know you're trans, you're a man. Whether you have a vagina or
For
not.
some people, yeah.
All I know is if one more fucking kid comes up to me and says, oh my God, Gia Gunn, you're my favorite drag queen. And I'm in public, not in drag, I want to hurl. Because to me, it's an insecurity that I have, right? Because I work so hard to be a trans woman. And I know as a trans person that drag is very different than being trans. But again, to the general public, we all kind of are the same thing. Some of us are just a little bit more pretty and a little bit more convincing.
I love the term drag queen. I think you should wear it as a badge of honor
Yeah.
and be like, yes, you know.
I mean, it does have the word queen in it. And I think we're all queens,
Yeah.
so.
Fuck it.
So cheers to drag queen.
And cheers
Yeah.
to queens.